Need to talk.
Spoiler now.
This film, it's not necessarily an action sequence per se, but the final fight in the film is not even a martial arts fight sequence like in the rest of the action sequences. It's a duel. It's a standoff. And it even, well, first of all, the big comeback you can see is Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, which is when you hear some pretty obvious Ennio Morricone-esque sounding temp music in there.
I think some of the film references in the movie, they're on the nose, but I freaking loved it.
Yeah, and they basically have this very Barry Lyndon-like final duel.
The same pistol. It's the same pistol as Barry Lyndon.
Where they're given the round, and then they have to take 30 paces, and then 3, 2, 1, fire.
Yeah.
At the same time, and it ends up being a 50-50 on who gets shot.
Yeah, and I have to say, too, I liked how, we have to mention this, John Wick passes away at the end of this film.
Yes.
And he's gone. Like, he's not coming back. He is dead.
This is the final film in the John Wick series.
Like, Keanu Reeves, like, is no more. Like, he's done with this franchise.
He is no more. He has ceased to be.
Because I have to say...
He's an ex-parrot, bereft of life. He rests in peace. If he wasn't nailed to the perch, he would be pushing up the daisies. This is an ex-parrot.
I like, too, like, because he chose it in the end, his own death, because clearly he's not going down unless he chooses it, and I like how they kept with that energy.
It's a sacrifice.
Yeah.
In the end.
What did you think, though, of, like, that comeback move with Bill Skarsgård getting, like, killed instantly because he didn't shoot his bullet? I thought it was a little bit cheese for me, personally.
Oh, come on. That was awesome.
You liked that? You got, like, a little kick out of it when Bill Skarsgård got killed?
They're like, no, I didn't.
Yeah, I liked more the emotional stuff between him and Donnie Yen, because for those that, like...
That was a gripping scene, though.
For those that have seen the movie, because hopefully you did and you're in this section, Donnie Yen's daughter is in trouble, because Skarsgård has her by the basically chokehold, metaphorically speaking, right? And if you don't kill John Wick, I will do things to your daughter that only I can do, because I'm the head of the high table, right?
Yeah, and it was ballsy, but also I respect it that they gave Wick a good send-off, even though it was he ended up getting what he wanted, and it was like a death with honor.
If anyone's seen the last James Bond movie, No Time to Die, this send-off is way better than Daniel Craig's, I have to say.
Yeah, probably.
And it's because, like...
And also, you didn't have pre-existing Bond fans bitching and moaning that James Bond can't die.
Yeah, because if you're going into John Wick trying to psychoanalyze the biology of everything, you're doing the wrong thing.
Don't read too much into it.
Yeah, because this is an action flick at its peak. Like, American cinema, just throw $100 million and put Keanu Reeves. This is what the movie is. And I have to say, I really enjoyed the comedy they used when he was falling down a shit ton of stairs.
Yeah,
It was like 6 flights of, like, concrete stairs that he was going down, and then he stops. He's like, oh, and then he goes down again because he gets kicked.
Yeah,
I like that on the nose comedy.
The scenes that I expected to get laughs from the audience were the admittedly the few one-liners that show up in the film, like him saying or like the brief little comedic
but it wasn't
moments.
It was the more physical comedy.
The action sequences, it's slapstick.
Yeah. What did you think of... We have to mention this because I was trying to not tell this for the audience that hadn't seen the movie, but the Asian martial arts influence in this movie is overt, and I like it, dude. I like when they're going bow and arrow samurai fighting, like, in the middle of the movie, because John Wick, I don't think it leaned into that as much as in this movie, right? The Asian martial arts aspect.
Yeah, not quite as much. It leans more into it here because you have Donnie Yen as this formidable opponent /
which, might I add,
rival,
very badass blind character that kind of is like a daredevil, an Asian daredevil mixed with just better martial arts skills.
There you go.
He even has little devices he puts around the room so he can hear when the opponent's... It's a motion sensor device. I thought that was pretty freaking cool.
The doorbell.
Yeah.
And he uses his lack of vision to an advantage.
Definitely. What did you think? Lawrence Fishburne kind of got sidetracked for
Yeah.
this picture.
The motherfucking high table.
Yeah, I was okay with it though. I liked. Let's just put it on Keanu just doing action.
Yeah.
Because even I have to say too, they kind of forced in that wife component when he died, right? Even though the wife had nothing to do with this movie until the end.
Yeah, later on in his final dramatic moments, he gets a flashback to him with his dead wife.
Yeah, and he's like, Helen, no.
Ugh.
You know, instead of saying, yeah, he says, Helen.
Yeah.
But I don't know, Keanu, like, you're not, I thought it worked, dude. I'm just going to be straight up. Like, if I had friends comment to me, like, Keanu's just not doing it for me anymore, I'm like, it
Watch
depends.
John Wick and you will change your mind.
Yeah, like, what are you trying to watch in John Wick? Are you trying to watch badass action
Are you trying to watch
sequences?
Always Be My Maybe?
That's what I'm saying.
With
Like,
him-
this
with
is a
him
different type of
crying?
movie. He's leaning into the fact that like a stuntman is directing and writing this picture, and we're just totally overt with the film references in this movie, and I liked it.